your host, Kristen, and I am so excited. Today is a new year, a new day here at GoodKnit Kisses. I've celebrated my birthday end of year. I'm a New Year's Eve baby. So if you missed it, we had all of our bundles for sale. Normally at this time of the year, we're actually producing those bundles for the previous year. But for 2023, we went ahead and produced those. And so we have those already available. So if you still want to get you a bundle, you can. They'll be available all year. And we just had a big year-end sale at the end to get it 25% off. But you can still get all the patterns from all last year at a reduced rate by bundling them, or you can still get them individually and just get the individual patterns you want. So just want to let you guys know that. So today we have coming out, well, for our VIP members, our members on YouTube here, if you're a level 2 and above, you're getting the pattern PDF come out to you today. But tomorrow, our regular time, we have all of the free blog coming out, the free pattern, same pattern. It's just that the members get an extra day early and they get the PDF if they're level 2 or above. But we have our Morgan bag coming out. So this is the Morgan bag. This is honor my daughter. So she graduates this year in 2024. Woohoo! It's my first graduate. And she really loved our sunflower bag, which is this one here. And she actually, I designed this around her requests last year, and she went off to a mission trip, and I actually put a liner in her. So this is mine. Mine is unlined, and it's just such a beautiful bag. You may have seen this style before, but this is with our little classic sunflower design. And so this particular bag, we did a nice lining in, and we called it the sunflower bag, and I have all the tutorials on there. But Morgan wanted a 3-color design. It's primarily 2 colors with an accent. And so we went with these colors here. These were her favorites. We went shopping together. So we're calling this the Morgan, the Morgan bag. And the pattern comes out on our blog tomorrow on Saturday morning. So be sure and click on there to get our newsletter alert, and you'll get that emailed to you. So this particular one is lined, and I added a little bit more lining features in here, which I'll just tell you verbally about. So the lining instructions and the video for that are still the same, but you could kind of beef up your lining if you like the features I put in here, and I'll tell you about those here in a minute after I say hello to all lovely people jumping on. So I see one of our VIPs is here. This is Mary Lou Cotton. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, hun. It's good to see you. Happy New Year. So I haven't seen you in a whole year, y'all. So let's see, who else do we have jumping on here? Be sure and say hello. So I'll get back to this one. So this is the bag with the liner, and I'm just going to peek in, and you can see that it have my pocket that I put in on the first design. So here's my pocket here, and these are all hand stitched. You can see I'm not the best, but you can sew this if you have a machine. I decided to sew it and do kind of an accent hand stitching. So yes, this is all hand stitched. You can see all the things. My son loved it, but my daughter was like, Mom, it's fine. I like that it's hand done. So anyway, I added a nice big pocket like I showed in my video. Now the feature that I did different this time, I'm gonna flip it around so you can see. I did a smaller pocket, which is great for lipsticks and other things, and I made it a little deeper than just a short pocket, you know, not like a credit card size. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's about a 5x5 size, and maybe a little bit less than 5, but yeah, it's so great. I did the same technique. I just put it up towards the top. Then what I also did is pretty cool, and I can flip the camera around and show you guys, and I'm gonna give you some tips for the pattern. But if you look all the way in, you'll see this little divider panel. So this comes up about 5.5, 6 inches. And what I did is, you know, I pressed my fabric in half, and then I basically folded it kind of over itself and made kind of like a little tongue part inside. So it has this little folded over part with the crease. So I didn't actually have to sew an actual middle piece. And then I just flipped those over back on it. So basically the depth of the bag, I doubled the height of whatever part I wanted. So like if I want a 6-inch divider, then I put in 12 inches, and then the middle part is where it's folded, and then I fold it back on itself. So it made like kind of this zigzag inside, like a W. That's a good description. It's a W. And then I just sewed up the sides And then so when you look inside, you have this fold in the middle. Let me see if I can put it visually on here very well. See, there's a little fold down here. So when you open the bag, you can see, it's harder to see inside here like this, but if you have things kind of hanging out in the bottom of the bag, they're still divided, but it feels like you have a big voluminous bag and you can put larger things in there still. So that's what I did. And I thought it was pretty clever. So let me know what you guys think. You could put as many of those in there as you want, but I just decided to put one divider right in the middle. It makes it really, really simple. And I'm not a big bag designer or anything. So Cheryl, good morning. I see you jumping on. Happy 2024. She says, awesome bag. Thank you. Thank you. Morgan loves it. She can't wait for after this broadcast because then she's going to be grabbing her bag because I have not let her touch it yet. I mean, I've let her like put it on. She's like, ooh, I like it. And da, 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 all the things. But I haven't let her like use it yet because I wanted it for photos and to show you guys because once I give it to her, she's not giving it back. Because she has worn her other bag a lot, like, and it still looks really great. I used a mercerized cotton. I really like it. It wears really well. Yeah, so I did make the handles just a shy shorter than the last time because I know that they will stretch a little bit, and so I want to make them a little bit shorter than before. So she put it on her, and she's like, "Oh, I think this is perfect." So anyway. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, can you do with the loom, please? Okay, so the loom version, I'm just, if you don't mind, Cheryl, I'm going to bend down. You've seen it before, but I'm going to show you. Ooh, I got to swing my legs. Tripod. Okay, now, sorry the crinkly. I have bags of loops in here, so it's got, you can hear the plastic rumbling. This is the loom bag. I have a knit version and a loom knit version. So this is our bag that we did for loom knitting, and it's got a bunch in here. I'll tell you what's in here. For loom weaving, for pot holders, I have little bags that have all my colors that I'm going to do for all this year for all the pot holders, and it's sitting in here. So this is my pot holder loom weaving bag. Anyway, so this is all knit. These are knit squares, and I have a loom version and a needle version of this. So it is a solid one color. This would be fun to work up in a color changing yarn. I would challenge anybody to do it. I think it would be beautiful. So it's our eyelet bag, and Joanne just put the link up. Thank you so much, Joanne at GoodKnit Kisses. She's dropping that link in there. She is good to go. So she loves it. I really love the eyelet bag. But I think it would be really fun to do different solid colors on that one. So the sunflower bag, which now we have made into multiple colors for the Morgan bag, is already available. So this one right here, the sunflower bag, this one's already available, and we've made all of our videos on it. And so you can do everything you need to do for this one. Does this have changing color on it? No, it does not. I don't have that in our videos. However, in our garden party square, I do show, where you're changing your yarn on that. But I can go ahead and actually show y'all some of this now. I could kind of back off this little sample and show you on this video here if y'all are wanting to see that. So let me jump over and give y'all a few little pointers. Say hello to a few new people. Let's see. Oh, Christina's here. Awesome. I'm so glad you love it. She says the Loom Knit is gorgeous. I'd love to try it. I would love for you to try it. Let me know what you think. Oh, veganist. I never had to say vegangelist. Like an evangelist. Oh, my stars. I love that loom bag. Which loom? What is it called? Did I mention that I love it? Did I get that thing right? Did I mention I love it? Yes. That bag, we've got the link to Joanne sharing it. You can really use any loom that works with that gauge. So we have all the gauge and all the information in that blog link. So be sure and do that. Off the top of my brain, I'm thinking it's a 3/8 loom. So I believe I used the Flexi loom, this purpley one way back in the back here. Oh, this one. But there are other gauges of the Flexi and other looms that you could use. You're just going to get a different size square. It would be a fun experiment if you're like, well, I want to do, a bigger yarn, or I want to do a thinner yarn. Maybe you want to do sock yarn and you want to work with the new Bitty loom from KB Loom. So this one is, I think it's Bitty. Yeah, Bitty. And this is a 1/4 inch gauge. So your squares are going to be much smaller and you would have to do more of them. But unlike the crochet bag where you need to strategically crochet around here, you could sew it easier. It's sewn up on the loom and needle knit bag. So you wouldn't have to be strategic about how the seaming is so much as the crochet bag goes. Okay, back to the crochet bag. I'm gonna come back to some of our questions just in case. Awesome, awesome. Cheryl, have I played with the Bitty loom yet? I have only put together the loom. So I went ahead and did that during our Zoom last week for VIPs. And then I've got to get back to some other projects that I'm trying to film for the month. And then once I get the other commitments out of the way, I will probably start playing with it, like actually knitting with it. So no, I haven't, but I do like that there are no straight pieces and they're all bent and rounded or whatever. It doesn't seem to like flex around as easy. I can tell you real quick from, I'll pull it out if you're interested. I know it's just distraction, so y'all hold on, bear with me, but people who are loom knitters want to see this. This is how, oh, this was the thing. Okay, so normally like when you got your, I was trying to remember what my thought was last week. So normally like if I'm putting this away, I'll roll it up, you know, with any of those up there. But this one is so darn flexible. I can kind of do that with it because it's just that flexible, and probably because they're all rounded pieces, but also because it's just such a small gauge and there's no worries about it coming, you know, coming off. I mean, if I do that, obviously it's going to come off. But yeah, I feel like it kind of feels a little, I don't know what the word is, because I want to say it's stiffer, but it's really not, because it actually is more flexible. So what do I know? I still haven't fully played with it enough yet to like give you all my full stuff on it, but I still love it. And I'm a Flexi loom girl. I've enjoyed all the Flexi looms. And I will tell you though, just looking at the notes in here, you're going to want at least 2 or 3 plus. So if you make adult hats, I think you actually need like 3 of these, 2 or 3 of these, like a little over 2. I think that's right. At least 2. So if you want to make like a baby or toddler size hat, you can get 1 box, but you're going to have at least 2 boxes, hands down. And to make like shawls and blankets and stuff, for sure, you're going to have way more kits, but I think it's totally worth it, especially if you're coming from being, if you are an old, like, I shouldn't say old, but if you have worked with interchangeable needles for years and you have loved, you know, making socks and other smaller things, lots of shawls on number 1 and 2 weight yarn, very small, thin sport weight and fingering weight yarn, then you're going to want that one. Like if you're having problems with your dexterity in your hands, then in switching to loom knitting and you really want to still work with that yarn, that's a great loom to work with. Of course, you've also got the Kiss loom, which is really great for, and they have a fixed loom size for that smaller weight yarn. But if you want something like lighter, if you need something really lightweight in your hands, you don't want something cumbersome, that's the way to go there. So, all right, I'm gonna keep going on that. Let's see. Oh, Veganist says, I have the skinny and the Flexi loom chunky. Yeah, the skinny is going to work for you. And she has 8 sets. Oh, Maritza retracted. What did she say? Hola. Hello, Maritza. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to get back to my crochet. So here is the crochet square that you need for Morgan's bag, or the sunflower bag. It's the sunflower look right here. And the difference is in this little circle here. So you actually make, I think the best way to do it, I'm gonna grab my little sample. I ran out of yarn, but the best way to do it is actually make all the circles in all the colors you need. So for this bag here, you're gonna have, bear with me while I hold it up. Imagine, because there's 2 sides that are exactly the same. So you're gonna need 8 of these green squares. So that means you're gonna need 8 blue. So whatever your accent color is for your larger color that's going to show on the front, you're going to need 8 of the opposite color, the accent, and you make 8 of those circles first. and then make 5 of your other circle, like of your main color. So those 5 are going to be 1, 2, 3 on the back, 4, and then 5. You see how that works? So this one here and on the sides folds over, and then you need one more on the back. So yeah, that's what I did. I just sat and did all my circles. So you're doing, it's really nice and repetitive because you're like, okay, once I master circle, I can spit out circles really fast, right? And then you go grab, you know, grab the circle that you want to do and grab the opposite yarn and start adding it on here. So I have already done the rounds, adding this part on, and then now I'm on to the petal here. But yeah, so I can add that on there and pull that off and show you how to just put that yarn directly on and start working it if you want. Fingering weight seems to take too long when you knit or loom knit. Yeah, Alicia, I don't know, it just depends on the person, because I feel like I take forever when I work with fingering weight, but I've had some knit nights where I had a friend over and she was like firing it away, one on the loom and one on needles, and they're so much faster than I am. You know, I don't know if you think I'm fast, but I don't think I'm fast at all. And so I may fall in your category. So, but I don't like to tell people they can't do it, because some people just like fly through and do stuff. And I'm like, you know, it also may be a distraction thing. Maybe I'm more easily distractible. You know, y'all always tell me squirrel, like I'm always going off on tangents. I always get like really, you know, of course I've got the kids and all the things, but I see something fun and sparkly in another color and I'm like, ooh, what's that? And I want to work on that. So it's probably more of a me thing. Good morning, Lori. I see you jumping on. Oh, welcome. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Cheryl says, I want to pick up some looms and loops to make the potholder designs, but can those be made into a bag? Absolutely. Yes. I'm trying to see if I don't have my sample in front of me, but the loom, I'm sorry, the potholder looms, I have a video on how to join them, and you can use that for joining them. So if you want to make one of the small potholder looms, small potholders on the smaller potholder loom, you could make a bag like this. It would end up, it depends on which loom you use. It would be about this size, and it would definitely be a very utility type bag. In fact, it would be a great bag for like the back of your car. Like you could even make one of the, I probably should make one. Y'all are all going to be like, make one now. But you know, like I have a SUV. So like, I feel like I need one of those things that goes in the back of your trunk space, you know? And, you know, you could make something like that because it's going to be more rugged, right? Those cotton loops are really, really rugged and they're thick. So, I've got I think I've got, pardon me while oh, here it is. Haha, here's my sample. So I have a video on this and connecting the squares. So this is the 3/8 18 peg, technically a 72 pegs, but it's an 18 peg potholder loom. And I can't remember the size of these, 5 or 6 inches. And so let's compare. We're just gonna hold this this size to here. So it's about the same size. So your bag is going to not be so holy. So anyway, that's a great idea. Yeah, a thicker rug bag or cargo bag. And you know, you might even, just because it's so thick and rugged and you can hold more stuff in it, you could make the bag larger. So you could you know, add in more squares if you want to, and figure out how you want to sew it up at the top or not. So yeah, and it would be a great play mat, definitely for a kid at the beach, all that stuff. Yeah, those are great ideas. I love them. Y'all keep your text in here. So loom sizes for you to get, Cheryl. yeah, if you want to get the 18 peg loom size, I do have a link in the video description for getting them at Cindywood Looms. If you've never bought with them before, I think they have like a first time like percentage off, but if you use GoodKnit Kisses, you can get $5 off your order. And I can't remember if there's another incentive on there. But I have a link. It's like an affiliate link. So like it lets them know that I sent you, but also there is a code that you can use, and that's in the video description below. So the 18 peg 3/8 is what I used on these. There's also the 1/2 inch or whatever, and using the longer loops and it becomes bigger. There's also the 3/8 size with 27 pegs, and you're going to get, it's like the pro size, and so you need the pro loops, and you are going to get a bigger size, of course. So yeah, the 7-inch or the 10-inch. The 7-inch is what I'm using here. So the 10-inch is the yeah, so this is the 7-inch that I did. I'll show you this one. It's backwards for you, but it says 3/8 72 peg, but it's actually 72 inches. I mean, 7 inches. Anyway, I hope that helps. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys have liked that. I don't know if y'all are wanting to see me put that extra yarn on there, but I don't think you have to, because I've already done, I've already shown how to change color on there too. 7-inch which loop size, just a standard loop size. I get mine, I got mine in a really big bag from, they're the same ones as the Harris loops, Harris or Harrisfield, but I bought them all from Cindywood. They had a special a few years ago where I had gotten like this big giant bag. So I'm still working on those loops, just because it takes me forever to work through my stash. So I don't really know what's available right now. There's also Harris or Harrisville looms. And I think there's another vendor supplier out there, so you'd have to go check, but not the pro size looms, just the loops, just the regular ones. So definitely the cotton loops, though. Make sure you're not getting the acrylic. The cotton are going to be the one that if you got heat on it. I mean, if these are utilitarian bags, then it probably doesn't matter, but I really think the cotton are the strongest and the best. So did you get separate colors or mixed? I got a mixed bag. So I separated them out and to see, you know, how many there were of each thing. So, yeah, I definitely got a mixed bag of yes. And they're all cotton. Yes. Sorry. And I don't know if all these live comments stay up right after this or not. Sometimes it doesn't pop up. So hopefully y'all later on, anyone seeing the replay will be able to discern, if any comments go away from what I'm saying here, but she's just basically asking about the potholder loom from Cindywood Looms and what loops to get. But they do have loops on the Cindywood site, but I promise you, even if you can't find them there, you could just search and everything. You don't get a discount on the loops with the GoodKnit Kisses. It's only on looms. So just if you have to do that, just keep in mind it's not doing that. It's just putting it towards looms. So it does take 24 hours for chat to show up for replay. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Okay. Let's see if I missed anything else. Oh, I didn't see that one earlier. I'm sorry. For those of us with larger hands, we expend more energy just trying to hold on to fingering weight. Yes, but I still love it and use it. Absolutely. I feel like that's what it is. It's like I fumble with the fingering weight. I have a bunch of fingering weight that I have bought at shows that I really, really love. They're like up in this glorious little corner up here on top of these baskets. Wait, let me see if I can. Okay, you can't see it, but there's like I don't know how I can point right there. It's like this little bird cage thing. And then I have some in other areas too, but they're like these beautiful fingering weights. It's a much bigger thing than what it looks like in that thing, in that image. But anyway, I love them. All right, you guys have a great day. Happy knitting and crochet. Join me tomorrow on the blog. And Joanne will be sending out that newsletter. Thank you so much to Joanne. And we will see you guys soon. We are, let's see, someone is trying to send me a message, but I can't tell what it says. Don't you just love YouTube? Okay, I can't, it's not letting me see what it says. So sorry. Okay, you guys have a great day. Happy knitting and crochet. Bye, everyone. Boop.